Welcome to Memorial Cooking Innovations. I'm Tim Scallon, registered dietitian.
And I'm Manuel Marini, executive chef.
Okay.
How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing good. How about you, Chef Manny?
Good. Another show.
That's right. That's
Excellent.
right. And this is kind of a special show. You want to tell us why?
It is a special show. We're celebrating a retirement for Bill,
right.
our producer.
That's right. Mr. Bill Cameron, our producer. You've done a great job for us, Bill, and we hate to see you go, but we have something special. We talked with Bill's wife, Elaine, and it was your idea, you wanted to cook something special for Bill.
Something that he likes, enjoys.
Yeah, and so Elaine was kind enough to share with us her particular pizza recipe that Bill likes.
Exactly.
So we're doing Elaine's Pizza today.
Excellent.
Okay.
And then we're going to start off with a nice antipasto.
Yes.
Which I saw the recipe. It's kind of misspelled a little bit.
I did that. That's my fault.
But it's okay. It's a nice grilled, marinated vegetables that you can eat hot or cold. We're going to do it cold.
Well, and let's tell everybody. I mean, because you know, these recipes are printed in the newspaper, and dietitian doesn't always understand all of the chef terminology, and so I wrote these recipes as antepasta. Thinking before the pasta, but actually what we learned was that it's antipasto, which means before the meal. So it's
like a little appetizer,
yeah,
a little...
Yeah,
so it'll be great.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do the pizza, and
Yep.
we're going to start from scratch, from the pizza dough to topping it off, finishing it in the oven.
Do I get to knead?
You do.
I need
you
that
do. You
dough.
don't get to whisk, but you get to knead.
Okay.
And then we're going to top it off with a nice healthy smoothie.
Sounds smooth.
With fresh fruit. Sounds smooth. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
I can be smooth.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. So let's do these antipasto, huh?
Antipasto. What I got here is a nice eggplant.
Okay.
So we're going to cut nice thin slices. Okay, Tim?
You know, this weekend, you know, Chef Manny, I'm learning so much from this show. You're always telling me to try things, to do something different, to take some risks. And so this weekend, I had some green tomatoes, and I started this saute, and I thought, you know, these green tomatoes might work in this. So I cut the zucchini, not on a bias like you're doing, but I did cut them thin like you've taught me. You know Mr. Charles Holman,
yes,
who works with us in
catering.
Yes. Well, Charles gave me a zucchini that he grew in his garden, and so Charles, I want you to know that was the best zucchini. I sauteed it with these green tomatoes and some fresh onion, and boy was it good.
Oh, I bet it was. What I'm gonna do is you're really gonna help me with this one.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the vegetables ready, but we gotta marinate. So you're gonna work on the marinade. Okay. And the marinade's gonna be real simple. We got a little olive oil. Okay. So let me start off with a little olive oil. Okay. All right. Put a little bit here. But what I want to do, once we do the mixing, what I want to do is I want to save a little bit to the side, because after we grill the vegetables, we're going to drizzle a little bit on top.
Ooh, that
and then
sounds
refrigerate,
good.
okay?
Okay, all right.
So then here I have a little Dijon mustard. Let me borrow this spoon. If you don't mind, you got a little spoon over there, because we're going to stir it just a little bit, okay? We're going to add a tablespoon.
Okay, all right.
You can combine that together.
Stir that a little bit.
Yeah, and then we're going to add a little bit of garlic, of course.
Okay, some fresh garlic.
Fresh garlic.
You know, one of the things that I've learned from this cooking show is fresh. You always taste that fresh.
And then we'll bring that up when we start the pizza, because you asked me, the recipe actually calls for frozen artichokes.
Yes, yes.
And I said, well, you know, I know it's probably a little longer, it takes a little longer to get fresh artichokes, but there's nothing better than fresh.
Yes.
Frozen would be secondary, right?
Yep.
Why go frozen when you can go fresh?
Yep. Well, in this case, it'd be a convenience.
It'd be a convenience.
Yeah. Because, you know, to get down to that artichoke heart, there's a lot of leaves to get there.
There is. And it takes a little boiling. We're going to add a little balsamic.
Okay.
Okay. Stir that around a little bit.
Yeah. So really, this is just a basic vinaigrette is what you're creating here, right?
Just a simple vinaigrette.
Just oil, vinegar, little mustard. There's a pinch of salt right there. You know, as a dietitian, one of the things that I've learned in doing this show with you, Chef Manny, is that a pinch of salt brings out the flavors in the dish. whereas too much overpowers.
Overpowers.
And you know, as a dietitian, that's an important thing to me, because as we begin to move away from processed foods and more into fresh foods and healthy eating, we have room for that pinch of salt.
That's true.
Okay, so you just added some fresh basil in there. I love the way you cut that so fine.
Yes, and I might add a little more olive oil.
Yep.
Once we have the mix, because we're going to save some to the side, okay?
Yep.
By the way, this just pours very little at a time.
Yep.
So.
Yep. It's really so not that much.
Yeah, you mix that good.
Okay. This, you know, if you go on memorialhealth.org, you can actually access all of our past recipes, like that barbecue chicken salad that you did last month.
That was really good. We got a lot of good comments on that. Yeah, just send me a little bit.
Okay, just a touch?
Yeah.
Comme ça?
We'll just, yeah, a little bit more.
Un petit peu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right.
We're going to save this.
All right.
And then on my hot pan, which, you know, I like your nice grill pan. I want to show everybody that nice little grill pan. It's got all the grooves there and everything.
Yep.
We're gonna oil it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it doesn't need much, only just a little bit, because we got oil in here. Mm-hmm. So if you don't mind, we're gonna put these vegetables in there.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of marinate
cover them up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. This is a little thick. Do you want me to add maybe a little bit of vinegar to this, or you like it that way?
I like it that way.
Okay, all right.
I like it that way,
right.
just the way it is.
You're the maestro.
And then I'm going to slice the little onions here, because we're going to add some of that as well.
Okay, all right. Okay, and so so this weekend was Kathy's and mine's wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And so we had fresh tomatoes out of the garden. We had a cucumber that Charles had given me out of his garden. And we had some good sweet onion. I did what you told me.
Okay.
I started with some extra virgin olive oil in a salad bowl. I added to it some red wine vinegar. Then I added a pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and then I diced some fresh garlic, some fresh oregano, and some fresh basil into this pan. You know, you could throw any vegetables in there and it would be great.
It'd be great. Just like this.
Yeah, it's the very same thing. It's a vinaigrette.
Exactly. So
when Kathy tasted that, she was doing somersaults in the kitchen. It was that good. It was all fresh.
Especially for a vegetarian, right?
Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't realize how athletic Kathy is. You know, you should see her do that up those stairs, somersaulting up those stairs. It's amazing.
It's looking good. So we're going to grill it for just a little bit.
This is smelling delicious.
It does, doesn't it?
And that pan with those ridges.
You can smell the basil and the garlic, and a little bit of the mustard, huh?
You know, there's a lot of research now going into the antioxidant content of fresh herbs, which I wasn't aware of until we did this show. And you know, we've got the oregano and the basil and the thyme. And some people don't realize that not only are these fresh herbs a flavor enhancer, but also they add incredible nutrition in large amounts for small quantities. For example, a tablespoon of oregano is equal in antioxidant content to 1 whole apple.
Wow.
Incredible, huh?
Wow, that's great.
4 times the antioxidant content of blueberries. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Tim. We'll put this to the side.
Okay. All right. Oh, this smells delicious.
It does. So we're going to grill these real nice. They're looking good. Mm-hmm. Give me a few minutes and...
So in today's show, one of the things that you're hearing us talk about are these fresh herbs. And of course, you know, you always cook with fresh herbs. So what we in East Texas have to learn is there's more to seasoning than salt, pepper, and garlic. Okay, so when I say thyme, what do you think of to cook? What does thyme go with?
If I look at thyme, soups.
Soups, okay.
Vegetables.
Okay, vegetables.
Pastas.
Okay.
You know, thyme really goes with just about anything.
You can always use a little extra thyme, huh?
Yeah, we could use a little extra thyme ourselves, right, Tim?
Yeah. Okay, what about if I were to say dill?
Fresh dill.
Yeah.
There's, again, soups, Sauces like for chicken or fish.
Okay, fish.
A nice, you know, not light cream sauce.
Yes. Okay.
Fennel's another one.
Okay, there you go.
And I was gonna, actually I went to the supermarket the other day to get some of the stuff here at Brookshire's, and they had this beautiful blooms of fennel. Ooh. And I said, you know what, we need to cook with fennel.
Yeah.
Not too many people know what fennel's all about,
That's right?
So
yeah.
Cooking with fennel's, it's gotta be fun.
And also, if you have a garden, if I'm not mistaken, fennel is one of those plants that attracts beneficial insects. So it helps you two ways. It keeps good insects beating back the bad ones in your garden, and you can make a good sauce for fish with it.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay.
All right. So how's our vegetables? Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna grab one of these plates.
Okay.
We're gonna just lay the vegetables and we're gonna refrigerate them, huh? Let them cool down a little bit.
Okay. Here.
This looks so pretty.
Is it easier that way?
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Hold it for me.
Okay. This is the artist at work here.
We're just gonna try to combine the little colors here and there.
So you're just layering some pretty colors. You know, why eat plain when you can eat beautiful, huh? This lady I was talking to this weekend, she said, I love to surround myself with beautiful things. And it makes me think of how you're layering these vegetables on this plate. Then
what I want to do is I want to drizzle a little bit of this. Let me get a spoon over here.
All right.
We're going to, the little extra dressing that we saved, so it'll cool off, it'll flavor it more. Okay, and then we'll stick it in the refrigerator, let it cool down a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
All right.
Beautiful. Now we're going to start with our pizza.
Ooh.
So what I want, you're going to knit the dough.
I need this.
So I got your bowl here.
Okay. All right.
Our ingredient, it's pretty simple. We have a little bit of flour.
Flour, okay. Okay. All right, is that pre-measured already?
Pre-measured.
Okay. All right.
All right, we're going to add, it called for 1 package of yeast, which we discussed that it was going to be like a teaspoon.
A teaspoon, yeah. I think that's correct, okay. And this is a rapid rising yeast. Now you can use the active dry yeast, and I've got this from Elaine. This is her recipe, but it'll just take a little longer for the dough to rise. Okay, there's that pinch of salt. Okay.
Okay, and then I have to get a little bit of warm water.
Yep.
So we're gonna get it directly from the sink over here. If you give me 1 second.
And you know, the reason you use warm water anytime you're doing any yeast leavened product is because it activates the yeast. And what they tell you is to use water that, I don't remember the temperature. Do you remember, is it 100 degrees?
If I'm not mistaken, it's like 98 degrees to 105, somewhere around there.
I don't remember exact, but they usually say warm water is what they say.
So we're going to add the water.
And then I'm going to...
You can start it off with a spoon.
And basically what you're going to do with this is you're just going to stir it until it starts to mix together, starts to hold together. It's still going to be sticky. I might need just a little bit more water in that, Manny. Just a touch. And you know, there's no magic to making any bread product. And the only thing you really have to be careful about is not killing the yeast. So if you use that, if you put water in there that's too hot, it will not rise. It'll kill the yeast. That's the only thing that it's really picky about. Okay, starting to ball together here, and then once I get it to where I can handle it. Manny, I think I'm going to need just a little bit more.
I think if you work it a little bit more,
just use my hands? Okay. All right. This is the fun part. This is better than whisking.
If you can start like that, I'm going to rinse this one off real quick for our pasta.
All right.
I mean for our pizza.
And what I'm doing is I'm just getting this dough together where it'll all hold together into a ball.
See, there you go.
Kind of have to work it a little bit.
But remember, we're going to have to let it rest so it'll rise, so it'll be a lot easier later on.
Yep. All right, now I'm going to take this ball of dough, and Manny, if you'll take this.
Sure.
There we go. Thank you, sir. And then what you want to do when you knead is the objective.
Got some flour there.
Yeah, I'm going to need that. The objective is to mix everything good, but also to do what they call developing the gluten. And you know, gluten is a protein that's in the dough, and they usually tell you to push it down, turn it, and fold it over. Elaine, is that looking okay? All right, I got Elaine's
she's watching you.
Approval. Now, I probably don't do this as good as you do, but you know, I'm just a dietitian. But anyway, see how you turn it and then you just push down on it good, and then so developing the gluten, what that actually does, it makes the protein more elastic, which when the yeast starts to rise, that's what causes those bubbles. And so you keep doing this until it's got a good, you don't have to, you can handle it without it being sticky. And you start feeling the elasticity in it. You know, the Italians, when they do fresh pasta, you can never quite get pasta here like you can get in Italy. I don't know what it is. And I asked one of them one time, I said, why is it that the pasta here doesn't taste as good? We've got as good a wheat as they do. You know what they said?
What'd they say, Tim?
It's in the hands.
Typical Italian, right?
I'm telling you, those Italians.
It's all in the hands.
All right, now see, this is starting to be more elastic.
While you're working on that, I'm going to work on the sauce. How's that?
All right,
and
good.
the sauce is basically tomato, a little bit of basil, olive oil.
So no tomato paste for us today.
No tomato paste. So
all right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly, I'm just going to dice the tomato because we're going to saute it, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to make the sauce out of that. And then we're going to top it off with some black olives, some artichokes. We're going to use some of the vegetables that came out from the grilled, okay, for the antipasto.
All right.
We're going to do some of the eggplant from there. What do you think?
That sounds great. Okay, this guy's ready. I'm going to put him in this pan.
There's a bowl over there.
Yep.
I got this pan nice and hot.
And then we're just going to cover him with a clean dish towel and let him rest, okay? So
you want to put it to the side?
Be very quiet. It's resting.
And voila, Tim. Guess what?
What?
Ta-da!
Through the magic of television, it rested. It rose. Okay, so now what you want me to do here is spread this crust out, right?
Please.
All right. Okay. So what you have is you've got this dough that after it's rested, I think the recipe says 30 minutes, it's risen. And so you're going to punch it down, okay? And then once you punch it down, no big deal, you're just kind of pushing some air out of it. Then you're going to get it out and you're going to start shaping it. Now, an easier way to do this for some people would be to use a rolling pin. But some people, like those Italians, it's in the hands. You know, some people just like to work the dough. You didn't know a dietitian could do this, did you?
No, but I'm liking it.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I think I've got potential. You know, I sauteed those green tomatoes this past weekend. I made that salad that you showed me how to do the vinaigrette with the fresh herbs. I mean, you know, don't you think I've got some potential here?
You do. Okay, while you're doing that,
okay,
I have the tomatoes here.
Basically, all I'm doing with this dough is just getting it to where it's going to fit this 12-inch pizza pan. You notice this pan's got holes in it, which is a good thing because that allows the heat to get up under the pizza and make a good crisp crust. And you know what? We probably ought to oil that before
we'll oil it out. I'll oil it.
Okay,
oh, you ready to put it in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just about ready.
Now, we don't always have a pastry brush.
Yes.
It'd always be good at home. You see, I have a little towel here.
Yeah.
We just want to use a little olive oil or that spray, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to use a little olive oil this time.
You know, one thing about working in the kitchen, it's all about innovation, huh?
Yes. So we're just going to oil this pan.
Okay.
Nice and neat. How's that, Tim?
All right, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over and then fold it over again so that I can get it on here. And maybe it will not stick on me. Got to be quick. Maybe. Okay, pull him apart here. Okay, good. I think we have a success.
We do. And on the sauce, I'm just going to add the garlic last. We're going to add some fresh garlic.
Okay. You know, there's just nothing like a fresh pizza crust. You know, it's really what makes the pizza. That and the fresh vegetables.
That and the fresh vegetables.
When we did this, the live version of this show, you know, the third Thursday of every month, we do Memorial Cooking Innovations Live right here at Memorial Hospital. And when we did this live show,
that looks great.
Thank you.
Okay, let me get my spoon.
We had people say, you know, I don't really eat pizza too much, but this was delicious.
Everybody enjoyed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I thought it was great, especially with the toppings.
I think that's a big part of it.
The artichokes? No, who likes artichokes?
But, well, Bill does.
Bill does.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what?
do too, Bill.
A lot of people say, I don't like artichokes. Well, have you tried artichokes? No.
Yeah.
Well, you got to try artichokes.
You know, it's kind of an alien-looking vegetable. You know, you know, it just really is. It's a foreign thing to us.
There you go. That looks good. It smells great.
So you got tomato, fresh basil. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, now it's time to top it up.
Yep.
I got some fresh oregano directly from
my herb garden.
From your herb garden. So we're gonna put a little oregano there.
Yeah. And so you're just picking those leaves off. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you: is how to handle fresh herbs.
Well, we could dice it, but I mean these are so pretty. These are so fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're just going to spread them out a little bit here.
And so you're not only adding flavor to this with this oregano, you're adding, you're like doubling the antioxidant content of this dish.
There you go.
And y'all know antioxidants are those elements in the cell that basically keep the cell from aging. Okay, so what else you can put on?
So now we're going to do the cheese.
Okay.
All right.
Next goes the cheese.
We're going to have very little cheese.
Yeah. You know, you don't need to cover up all the flavor of all those vegetables with that high-fat cheese.
And you know, a couple of our guests, when we did the cooking innovation, they came back and said, you know, that was so wonderful because it didn't have that much cheese.
Yeah.
It's not all about cheese. It's about the vegetables that we're putting on there.
That's right.
We're going to add the black olives.
Yep. Good color. Splash of flavor.
Splash of flavor.
You mind if I put just a sprinkle of black pepper on there for the looks?
Go for it.
Okay. Not too much. Just kind of, just a little zip.
Top it off.
Okay.
Of course, we got the artichokes here.
Yep.
I'm just going to cut them in halves.
Okay. Gonna move this right along. Got to get to that smoothie.
Got to get to that smoothie.
Yeah. Ooh, that's beautiful.
And that was a good smoothie too, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. It's wonderful. Well, you know, we had help in developing the smoothie recipe from the smoothie queen, who happens to be Kathy Griffin.
Kathy.
Yeah. Not the comedian, but the director of pharmacy here at Memorial, who I happen to know very well.
Okay. We're going to top it off like that.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, and then we have a little bit of onions. So what I want to do is I want to slice a little bit of thin sliced onions, okay?
Nice and thin, okay.
Now, we talked about it earlier too, that we don't really like raw vegetables on the pizza, stuff like that. Onions, to me, is not a bad thing because it does cook fast.
Yeah.
So we'll just do a few.
Okay.
Top off a few here and there.
Gives some great flavor.
But you know what? I want to get the antipasto out of the refrigerator.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
I will.
Because I want to grab a little bit of that eggplant.
Yes.
That we grilled off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to grab one of these, okay?
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay, and then we'll set him right here for later.
We'll cut him in a quarter and we'll put him in here.
Good. Eggplant on a pizza. What's the world coming to?
You know, I was looking at recipes for or deli area.
Yeah.
And then there's a eggplant Reuben sandwich.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds good, huh? We're gonna have to try that.
Something like that, huh? Okay, let's. You want to put this in the oven?
Yeah, let's put this in the oven.
Okay, and then.
If you don't mind.
Okay, let's just stick him right in here.
Beautiful. We'll set that one up, ready to go.
Okay, and then let's do that smoothie.
Perfect.
Going.
Excellent.
All right.
While you do that, I'm gonna pull some of this stuff out and get ready for it.
All right.
Which the ingredients, Tim, it's going to be some fresh bananas, a little mango, some pineapple.
Okay, all right.
Let me get my tomato out of there.
And we've got mango. Now, I want you to show me how to cut this mango, because Kathy's been on a mango thing, and she asked me, Tim, how do I cut this mango? And I said, you're just going to have to ask Chef Manny. He's going to show you on the next show.
Well, the way I like to cut a mango, there's two ways. It's what's best for you. Okay. One of them is to just kind of go skin it off real quick.
So the first thing you did is you made a flat bottom.
Flat bottom so I can hold it.
Yeah, okay.
And you do this with all the fruits.
Okay.
So it doesn't
get around you, yeah.
Now,
and this is
by doing this, I actually see the seed. You see how the seed is angled?
It's got kind of a, it's got a flat seed in the middle.
And another one that we need to learn is that the skin alone guides you. So we don't waste so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a lot easier than trying to peel this thing and then you're handling a slippery mango and it goes flying across the kitchen and then the dog catches it and she doesn't know what to do with it.
Exactly. So here we go.
Just like that.
Just like that.
See, Kathy, how easy that is?
Okay, so if you want to open your blender.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to add the mango there.
All right, little mango.
And one of our guests also mentioned about eating the skin of the mango, right?
Yes,
Tim?
yes, that's right. And you can, in fact. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
So I'll save that for us. Another way, let me show you something real quick. If you don't mind, I have the yogurt right there, Tim.
Yep. You want a little of that in there? This is pre-measured already?
Pre-measured.
Okay.
Another way to do it, same way, cut it both ends. Okay, Tim?
Yeah.
See where the seed is going?
Okay.
And you would cut it like you would a cantaloupe or a honeydew.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just cut it and slice and then come back.
And then, now this way you just have to be careful and watch your fingers.
Exactly. There you got the banana.
Okay, so let's put this banana in here.
Yes.
And we don't really have to cut him up, I guess, huh?
Not really.
Okay.
I got a couple of strawberries. We're going to cut them in half.
This banana is actually a little green, but it'll be good on this. Okay. Okay.
And then a little pineapple, and you want the juice also.
Yes.
There you go, Tim.
You want the whole thing?
Yes.
Well, you know, this can't help but be good. Okay, so are you ready?
Fire her up.
I'm just going to get this going. Okay, I think that just about did it. So let's see how we're doing here. And we have some nice vertical glasses to put this in. Shall I do the honors?
Sure.
Okay. Now, you know I don't do this as good as you do.
You did great.
I'm learning. I'm telling you, I've got potential here.
You do. And then I have a little fresh mint that always goes good with. And you know, mint grows wild, so.
Yeah.
No, smell
Making
that.
it pretty. Ooh,
beautiful.
That's beautiful.
We'll put that right there. And you know what, Tim?
What?
It's time for that pizza.
You think it's ready?
Oh, I hope so.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
I'm going to get it out. Let's see.
I'm going to pull this to the side.
Yeah, and I'm going to grab this hot pad right here. Ooh. Chef Manny, I think you've done it again.
There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yes, yes.
And we have the pizza slicer here.
Yeah, yeah.
So, if you want to get those glasses, Tim, we have a little cheers. We want to invite Bill.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so this is Bill's last show. We would like you to come join us, Bill, and also Elaine, please join us.
We have a little surprise for you, Bill.
Yes, and Yana, please come forward. And I think, what's the, how do you say in Spanish? It's
Salud.
Salud, yes. So Bill, here's
we
wishing you
well.
the best. Salud.
Salud.
Hasta luego.
And we will see the rest of you next time as we continue to explore the wonders of food and healthy eating. Salud.
Salud.